We are joined on the phone today by the one and only Terry Adams, the man behind NRBQ. Hey, Terry, how you doing today?
Okay, how you?
I am excellent. Thank you so much for joining me.
Yeah.
First of all, I wanted to ask you how you're doing health-wise. Is everything good on your end there?
Sure. How's your health?
Well, I'm doing pretty good as far as I know.
All right. Good.
Excellent. Well, I want to ask you also, what you're working on these days. I know, obviously, everyone has a lot of downtime, over this past year. So, is there some stuff maybe in the works here?
Yeah. We had a record just about ready to go. It's a real good one, and then because of the virus, the studio closed down, so it just got put on hold. But we're about to get that out now. Finish it and get it out.
Excellent.
So that's the main thing. That's the main thing that's going on.
Is that an NRBQ album or is that something else?
Yes, it is. It's an NRBQ record, all new stuff.
Yeah, I know you had a couple of releases over the last year here to kind of keep people satisfied. There's that Rarities collection, and you had the live show. So there's always something in the hopper, it seems, for the fans.
Oh, yeah, we hope so. Just got something to do there, and the music needs to come out. So, did you get them?
I have them, and I've listened to them, and it's hard to keep up though with after 55 years. I mean, the longevity is one thing, but the amount of music you guys have released over that time, it's incredible.
Oh yeah, it's a lot. Where are you at? I mean, look, are you in Minneapolis?
Yep, we're a little south of Minneapolis.
Oh, that's good.
Well, Terry, I know you've done some solo stuff and some other things apart from NRBQ. Is there kind of a criteria or a feeling you have that tells you, what works for NRBQ and what doesn't?
Well, there's always been that. I don't really know what it is. But some people will say, I got a song that's perfect for you guys, and then I don't know what it is. It's just not perfect for us. And I don't know what makes it. Speaking of songs we didn't write, I don't know what draws me to them, but it just makes sense, and everybody feels it. So I don't know if that answers your question or not. Maybe not.
Well, I know you guys have been known for your live shows, obviously. I'm guessing you're ready to get back out on the road. I know you played one show, I think, early last year, but that's probably about it, right?
Yeah, we haven't played in about a year almost. So, yeah, it'll be nice to get back out there and play again. I think some of the other guys have been doing a little bit here and there, but I haven't been out.
Well, who's playing with you now? I know it's kind of changed over the years, but what can the fans expect when they see you guys back out on the road?
Well, nothing's changed in the band except 6 years ago, drummer John Perrin joined the band. But other than that, there hasn't been any changes in quite a while.
Well, Terry, I got to ask you, it's actually 35 years since it came out. I wanted to ask you how you wound up playing with Captain Lou and had that album with NRBQ and Captain Lou. That was one of my favorites when I was a kid.
Oh, good. That's a good story. I mean, we were fans of Captain Lou as a wrestling manager, and had been... we got introduced to him by Handsome Jimmy Valiant, who's a wrestler. And I got the inspiration when we met him. I said, would you like to get into the music business? And he said, yes, immediately. So we started bringing him on stage with us and recorded that couple of songs with them. And we're really having a good time. I mean, later on, that stuff took off, but we were the originals. And he's a genius, I think, Lou. He's brilliant, really. He's telling jokes faster than you can listen, and always has something great to say. I'm glad you like it.
Yeah, he seems like he was always kind of in wrestling promo mode. I imagine he was like that off the screen, too.
Yeah, he was. He'd come over to, sometimes I'd say, okay, we're going to, meet me at 9 o'clock, and we're going to play tonight somewhere. He'd show up at 5 and knock on my hotel door, and I'd be wanting to sleep or take a nap or take a shower, and he'd just be on 10 already. And I'd think, you got to save it for tonight. Eventually, I'd take him down to the bar or something, and he'd start telling jokes to people and telling stories, and I could leave him down there for a while. Always the center of attention, Lou was. I miss him.
Yeah, it is interesting. You mentioned, kind of being the first to have him, in the whole wrestling thing, and then he went on with Cyndi Lauper, and really you can kind of trace a lot of stuff back to Captain Lou when you think about it.
Well, yeah, I mean that's what we did, and it's sort of like I don't know, I don't really like what became of all that. I don't like what happened to wrestling after that, but it's hard to explain. But we had a good time with it there. It was pretty. I guess it was controversial. We couldn't get TV stations or radio stations to play the ads that he made. Sometimes they'd reject them and say they were offensive. Yeah, I think he was a lot to deal with if you didn't see it coming.
Well, I know that's one thing I always loved about you and NRBQ. You guys would pop up, on The Simpsons, or you're doing work for SpongeBob. You're wandering around as zombies, Day of the Dead. I mean, you never knew where you guys were going to pop up.
Well, yeah, I just thought, I love that movie, Dawn of the Dead, and I just thought how great that must be to be a zombie. It really seemed like a great thing to do. And when they were making the third movie, Day of the Dead, I had a friend who was working there on the film, and I said, we want to be zombies. And it was approved, and we went down there into Pennsylvania, somewhere near Pittsburgh. And, that was a blast. So I don't know what else you mentioned, but that was a good thing. But we didn't make any music for that film or anything. I would have liked to have.
Well, I know you mentioned that new album is just about ready to go. Could we see that here coming up here, in the next couple months or so when everything kind of starts to get back to normal?
Well, like I say, the studio closed down, and we hadn't totally finished it, so it's unknown. I mean, I wish it would come out in a couple of months, but first we have to get back in the studio, and there's a couple of things one that hadn't done yet. A song hasn't been recorded, and so on. So, this year it'll be out, but I don't know when.
Well, as we mentioned, there was a couple of releases last year, and pretty steadily every year there's at least one album from you guys, so there should be a lot to tide over the fans before this new one gets out.
Oh, well, I guess we could do another. We have lots of stuff. Did you have you been staying up to date with the Omnivore? They've been doing some great stuff, reissues and things.
Yeah, I noticed there's a lot of stuff coming out there. It's almost it's tough to keep everything straight with all the stuff that's coming out.
Yeah, we're proud of that box set they put out, the High Noon 50-year retroactive album. There's a lot of music on there for anybody, especially that doesn't know much about the band. If they put it it tells the story.
Well, Terry, besides the album we were mentioning there, is there something else maybe in the works or anything else we should be looking out for?
Well, Steve Ferguson was my co-leader, originator of the band, and his last music that he recorded is going to be released real soon. He's playing the dulcimer, a real unique style of playing the instrument. That's the next thing coming out.
Excellent.
Is that all the questions? Is that all the questions you got?
Yeah, I think so, unless there's something else you want to cover that we didn't get to.
No, that's okay.
Thank you so much, Terry. I'm a big fan of yours, and it's been great speaking with you. Thank you so much.
All right, Dustin. Nice talking to you, too.
And again, that was Terry Adams. Be on the lookout for some new music from Terry and NRBQ coming soon.